It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
You know, I would say, what the hell is going on with the Heat? But, Vlad, when you're right, you're right. By the way, I am Dan Day with my cousin Vladimir Lewis on. This is Sports Day. We're going to lead you up to the Miami Heat game as they take on Boston College. Chestnut Hill. It's going to be a 2 o'clock tip-off, 1:30 pregame. Vlad, when you're right, you're right. We said at the beginning of the season, look, I'm an eternal optimist. Look, I'm the guy telling you the Marlins are going to make the playoffs. And we're going to get into some Marlins stuff because you were at Media Day the other day. And I'm going to see my dude Nathan after this. And, of course, all this good stuff. But
are you going to Fan Fest?
No. I'm doing my own Fan Fest at Giuseppe's apartment. But I'm the eternal optimist. And I told you, Vlad, correct me if I'm wrong. And I know I was preaching to the choir because I know you're a realist too. I said, is this Heat team going to be anything different? Because they haven't changed much. Can we believe they're going to be different this year? And you said, no, they're going to be a play-in team. And I said, you know, we are the flagship station for the Heat, and I love the Heat, and I really want the Heat to be good. But are they going to do anything other than be in the play-in? And you said, nope, they're a play-in team. And yeah. And this is the thing. We always keep it a buck. I'm 100% honest as much as I can be. And I am an eternal optimist. So I did a quick 15-minute show before the Heat game the other day. And I always try to predict the game. And I said, in my good conscience, I cannot pick the Heat over the Boston Celtics because the Boston Celtics just have too much defense. I give you a reason. I don't just say, this. And man, you and I were both at Duffy's and Plantation yesterday. Of course, Justin, Angie, Val hooking us up. It was great. It was fantastic.
Miss you, Sabrina.
Sabrina was not there. She'll be there next Friday.
I said, missed you. Oh, she's going to be there next Friday?
Next Friday. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we do take attendance over there. So if you're one of our good friends and fans, please come. And man, at first I was like, I'm kind of happy that I'm wrong because, there's no way the Heat can squander a 22-point lead. Even if they, try, they're going to hold on and win. Nope. They whoopsie. I'm frustrated. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know why you're frustrated, man. I think, I know why you're frustrated.
No, I am frustrated.
It's going to be because it's not going to be an eternal spring.
Give up a 20-point lead in the NBA.
Bro, it's not going to be an eternal spring. The Cats are not looking like they're going to make the postseason.
Okay, keep it a buck.
And the Heat, once again, are in
play-in hell.
They're
the purgatory of NBA. Literally, let's straight up admit it. They are purgatory of NBA. They literally are.
They're mid. That's it. They're
not
stuck.
Even mid.
No, they're stuck in mid.
They're
bro.
low mid.
They're low. Yes.
Look,
they were high mid.
The Atlanta Hawks came in on the 20th anniversary night. And
they whipped that ass.
You know what?
They whipped that ass. Now you're right. If we're going by grade, they're really low mid right now.
You're a C-.
Like yesterday, you would thought, okay, fine. Everybody realized they're not getting traded. They know they're good. They started out. I'm like, wow. They started out like a house of fire. I'm like, all right, cool. This is what's up. Everybody's comfortable. Let's see what's going on. Because to your point, Cousin, there's only 3 games left now after yesterday. There's only 3 games left till the All-Star break. I didn't expect them to beat Boston. Before the game started.
No, I didn't expect
them to beat Boston. But what I was thinking was maybe they play close. They give them a good game.
No.
They win Sunday at Washington. They win Monday against Utah at home, final home game before the break. And then they, unfortunately going to have to beat your team, New Orleans, on Wednesday.
That's going to be easy business. Although New Orleans did win last night.
But,
so apparently I got more to cheer for.
But
you got Jose Alvarado, by the way.
I know. Thank you.
Are you excited about that?
Yes, I am.
He's played terrible this year.
Even though the loss was terrible yesterday by the Pistons, we got it
terrible.
Yeah, he just needed a new scenery.
Favorite player on the team.
I'm good. But you're just hoping that they can go into the All-Star break with 3 wins in a row and then get healthy. You're off for a week. There's only one guy playing the All-Star game. That's North Powell. So the rest of the guys, Bam gets a little time off. Tyler may be coming back after the injury, maybe hopefully healthy. Just come back after the All-Star break and then go on a good run, go on a stretch to try to get out of the play-in-ville and get one of the top 6 seeds. That's not happening, Playboy.
Look,
it's not.
I'm not asking for a lot. I'm asking for you to hold a 20-point lead. I know it's on the road. I know it's in Boston. Hold a 20-point lead. That's all I'm asking. Is that a lot to ask for professionally?
I mean, it is a lot to ask. I mean, 20-point leads in the NBA.
The NBA goes really quick.
20-point leads really 0-0. The game just started.
That was 20-point lead at halftime.
I'm just saying.
We need to face reality.
Back to life.
And you and I faced it at the beginning of the season. And then I put it on the back burner because I wanted to have hope. And then they started good. And then the whole knock was this, Vlad. Tyler Hero's going to come in and ruin the chemistry of the team. Well, we're waiting for that to happen because Tyler Hero's barely played this year. By the way, that comment, we keep receipts, by the way. He could pay me now or he could pay me later. It's going to be a whole lot more later.
Ain't going to be nothing later.
You might want to rewind that one, Mr. Hero.
Ain't going to be nothing later.
Why does this get me so upset?
Because it's, fam, no, listen, you know what you and I do? We're Capricorns and Aquarius. So we look ahead. We think of things. And what I've been telling you the last couple of days, this is not going to be an eternal spring. Okay? We're going to really have to root for the Marlins. And hopefully Marlins get us to a good start. Because once the NHL and NBA regular season ends, we're not going to have anything to watch or support down here locally. Heat might get the play-in. And even if they get in the play-in, not necessarily they're going to win both games or one game to get into the play-in.
And the other thing is, Khalil Ware. I told you, Vlad, I said, look, once the trade deadline passes, you'll see he'll be back starting. It's something to do with the trades. Starting to think Eric Spoelstra, for some reason or not, doesn't like Khalil Ware, or he's trying to teach him a lesson. Now, last year, Jaime Jaquez Jr. was the guy that was relegated to the end of the bench. And you and I both know why he was relegated to the end of the bench. It's not because of the whole wife situation. He was just in Eric Spoelstra's doghouse. This year, I've gone around and asked, and I have no idea why Eric Spoelstra is not playing Khalil Ware. No idea. A guy that in the a guy in the offseason, they said is off the table.
For KD, right?
Yeah, they said no. And Khalil said, I'm going to make it worth their while. So apparently they have value in him, but apparently they don't want to play him. I'm frustrated, man. And, part of me wants to be like, I told you they were going to lose last night, and I was right. But no, 20-point lead. And I sat there and I watched it, and I was like, oh, my goodness, this is going to happen, isn't it? They're really going to blow this lead. And I wasn't sitting there saying the third quarter. I was just like, they're just not going to win this game.
No, they're not. And I mean, I know we've been studying the Heat, but I'm just talking about both of the fall and winter teams down here. It was the same way watching, when you watch your team go against their rivals and then the rivals just beat them. Like you saw the Lightning just put it to the Panthers on Thursday night, right? That was bad. But then yesterday, when you see the Heat have a 20-point lead and you're thinking, oh my God, you can get a game. Mind you, I'm a Knicks fan, so I need them to beat the Celtics because Celtics and the Knicks are tied.
They're tied, yeah.
Right.
Second.
Well, now the Celtics are second now because they won. But you just wanted to see, was the trade deadline, all those rumors just in their head? It happens to people. You can't tell me athletes are humans. So there's no way you're going to tell me that these things that are being circulated around the team is not affecting their mind and they're not affecting their play.
It's so silly when people tell you, they don't listen, they don't watch TV, they don't do this. Okay, so maybe they don't watch TV. Maybe they don't listen to us. That's okay. I wish they will. But they go to the store. They have friends. They have people talking to them.
Their family got friends.
Stupid.
They got children.
It's so stupid. Like they're isolated from all this. No, they're not. Look, I've been at stores with athletes where people sit there and be like, you need to be better. You need to do this. Like the cashier tells them stuff. Yes, they hear the chatter. They know. So don't sit there and say they're isolated. They don't hear that. And they can tell you they don't, but they do. And I mean, the Heat know who they are. Eric Spoelstra knows what his team is. Still don't know what's going on with Khalil Ware, but I'm just saying. And then the Panthers, Vlad, you and I talked about this last night as we were hanging out at Duffy's. Like, we've reserved, we trust in Bill Zito. We trust in Paul Maurice. We trust in the Panthers. This year, I'm starting to be like, maybe those three. And then, now, granted, these are 3 years that maybe no NHL team has played as many games as the Florida Panthers, has put as many miles on their legs, might be catching up to them.
I mean, 3 years, yes. It's not might be. It is catching up to them. 3 years is a long time to be to play the last game
So let's
of
be
your
honest.
season.
Let's be honest. Our prayer is they get healthy enough to make a run, get into the playoffs. And if they get in the playoffs and they get someone healthy, they can do some things.
I mean, you're just hoping the same thing like last year. I mean, that was the thing. Remember, they were a walk-on team that won the Stanley Cup.
Well, we
so
didn't worry about that. We're hoping.
Well,
like
that's
the first
because
year
you
when they made a
knew-
run all the way to the finals.
that's you because you knew what the team you had. This now you realize, oh man, they're another year older. They have a lot of wear and tear in their body. Is it going to happen?
So
and it doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
This is the last hope, Vlad. You got your ass whooped by Tampa Bay,
And
literally,
right,
and figuratively, on the scoreboard and on the ice. Let's be honest, they got beat down.
Oh, it was nasty.
It was nasty. So maybe that beat down wakes you up. You get a
What do
little
you mean he's gonna wake you? There's been a lot of losses that should have woken them up.
You get the break with the not the All-Star, the Olympics. And then you come back and make a run. That's your last hope. No more of this, like, oh, don't worry. No, this is it. Once again, we called Paul Maurice out one time, and he responded. We're calling him out now. If we do not come back from this Olympic break and do something, and when I say something, make a extended win streak, Panthers are done. But I'm not talking about done for the Stanley Cup. I'm talking about done for the playoffs.
I don't think they're gonna make. Yeah,
I mean, they're last in the division. By the way, they're second to last in the.
Dude, they're
third to last in the whole Eastern Conference.
No, they've got a lot of making up to do that I don't think they'll be able to.
Okay, well, let's get to the headlines and maybe glean some positivity. Dan Marino says the Dolphins need to have competition at the quarterback position. Well, this is the thing. And I've always said that, like, we've always argued there's not a lot of competition at the quarterback position. Well, when you're paying a guy $50 million, there shouldn't be competition.
I don't think so.
But now there is going to be competition. Quinn Ewers, Tua Tagovailoa, and whoever else may be the third quarterback.
I got to give somebody credit, local person down here. Big O said it, man. He said, if you have a quarterback competition, that means you don't have a quarterback.
Okay. He was also really big on Tua, by the way. So
yeah,
he might want to take that L.
Well, no. He's done the three, doing 180 on that. But he's right. If you're having a quarterback competition, you don't have a quarterback.
That's not always true.
100%.
Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes. That was a quarterback competition.
That was
two quarterbacks.
That wasn't really a competition. That was Alex. You're going to be the quarterback for 1 year, and then after this year, Patrick's going to be the quarterback. So that's the competition. Like when there's no starter just penciled in, no designated starter, and that means you don't have a quarterback.
You think Sean Payton never worried about Drew Brees and
the
quarterback competition?
Never.
You think that Patrick Mahomes now? Who is it?
Never.
Who's even the backup? Who cares?
Never. Josh Allen. None of those guys are worrying about.
Yeah, Josh Allen. Who's the back? What's his name? Trubisky.
But you know what teams are going to have quarterback competitions? The Dolphins, the Jets, the Browns.
Well, Shedeur Sanders is playing in the Pro Bowl. Joe Flacco too played in the Pro Bowl.
You know, I'm just saying those
Joe
are the
Flacco
teams.
and Shedeur Sanders are in the Pro Bowl.
Those are the teams. Bad teams are the ones that don't have the guy behind center, or the ones that are gonna have quarterback competitions.
Interesting. Oh, let's see. What do we have here? Let's talk about a good team. On 3 ranks Miami, the 14th ranked team in the transfer portal. They got edge rusher Damian Wilson II from Missouri. He's considered the 3rd most impactful transfer. And of course, Darian Mensah, quarterback from Duke, is the 9th. So growing there. Hurricanes basketball action today, 2:00. They're actually tied for 5th.
They need a win. They need a win. I was looking at Joe Lunardi's NCAA bracketology.
Right.
Was it bracketology? And he has the University of Miami has first four in.
Okay.
Yeah. Or last 4. I'm sorry, last 4 in.
Last 4 in. A loss to a 9-13 Boston College would, I mean, I'd hate to say it.
No, that would knock you out.
Without a run in the ACC tournament,
that would knock you out.
That would probably, because they're not, look, you don't have the same cachet as a North Carolina, as even an NC State. You don't have the cachet. You lose to Boston College today, a 9-13 team, even though it's at Boston College, you're in trouble.
Big trouble.
And then you have North Carolina and NC State, two teams that are right there with you in the ACC. So you don't have the cachet. You need this big win. So, yep, you got to win. It's not a must win, but you really need to win. By the way, Vlad, 21-point halftime lead. Not enough. Heat fell to the Celtics 98-96. I told you they had a lot of defense. Luckily,
No, it was a defense. Oh, Boston.
we get the Wizards tomorrow at 2.
And that's not going to be an easy game.
Anthony Davis is going to give a moral support for the bench.
It's not even. It doesn't. You know the Wizards beat the Pistons in Detroit Thursday night.
I understand that.
And I've been telling you that they've actually played pretty good basketball, competitive basketball, instead of like just blowies every night.
Are you still on this Hornets wagon?
On it. I'm
Dude,
leading the charge.
The Pelicans were beating them by 20 the other day, and the Hornets came back and won.
I'm leading the charge. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you this right now. He don't want to meet the Hornets in a playing game.
You know, Vlad, I'm a prisoner to the present. I don't want to meet anybody in a playing game, to be honest with you. I really don't right now. I don't even want to think about it. I just hope that we can beat the Wizards at a matinee game tomorrow on Super Bowl Sunday. The Marlins did trade prospect Victor Mesa Jr. to the Tampa Bay Rays. Spring training begins February 21st against the Mets. We're going to hear from some of the Marlins in just a little bit. So, Inter Miami, they face Barcelona SC. Real quick, Vlad, pay attention. Barcelona SC.
Sporting Club?
From Ecuador. They're in Quito.
Oh, it's a soccer club.
Tonight.
Barcelona Soccer Club.
Soccer club, not
it's that football club.
Big difference. But they're in Quito.
Clearly.
Quito, Ecuador tonight. Barcelona
Is
SC.
that the capital?
Yes, Quito is the capital.
Okay.
I've got friends from there, man. Come
All
on.
right, that's what's up.
Maybe I'll go one day. I should
Maybe.
go. Maybe make a trip out to the Galapagos Islands. I don't know. I'm saying Panthers got whooped. I'm gonna be honest, 6-1 by the Lightning.
That was Thursday. That was
the other
bad.
night. They get the Maple Leafs on February 26th if you want to look ahead. But no, I don't think anybody is. Matthew Stafford won the NFL's MVP.
Deservingly so.
37-year-old is the oldest person to win their first MVP. Now, he's not the oldest person to ever win an MVP. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady both did that.
He's old ass.
But in case you want to watch the game tomorrow, 6:30 is the quote-unquote kickoff time between, in case you didn't know, Seahawks and the Patriots. Somebody told me yesterday, like, why the hell is it on a Sunday? Why don't they put it on a Saturday?
Who's the dumbass that asked you that stupid question and clearly never watched basketball in their life? I mean, football in their life.
I was like, well,
Huh?
Well, everybody's got to get up on Monday and go to work. I'm like, yeah, everybody else kind of sucks.
That is true. Now, I will say this, bro. They need to make it into they need to turn it into a holiday.
You talking about the Super Bowl Monday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, you and I will work no matter what, so it doesn't matter. I'm all for as many holidays as possible because it doesn't matter. I work either way. And the way things are going. Oh, Swiss skier, Frenho von Allmen.
Yeah, him.
You want to know why?
He's a gold medalist?
The first gold medalist at the Milan Winter Olympics.
That's what's up.
Men's downhill.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. Lindsey Vonn, she said, I don't care if I'm hurt. I'm playing.
She's skiing?
She's straight up skiing. Doctor said, yeah, you probably should. You know what? This is the last go around. Eat, you know what, and die. That's what,
she got some vibranium in her.
I don't blame her. I would do it.
She's had it,
Tell these Dolphins players, man. Come on, man. Look at Lindsey Vonn. Be more like Lindsey Vonn. Tyler Hero, be more like Lindsey Vonn. And I know you have serious injuries. I get that. But Lindsey Vonn says, screw you.
Hey, man. That's
like Terrell Owens that one time. Doctor's not cleared to play the Super Bowl.
Antler spray. Maybe she put some antler spray on her knee.
Mm.
Maybe she put antler spray on the knee.
Excellent. Yeah. Well,
or she went to Germany and had like her blood circulated around the knee.
We're gonna get into some weird things that some of these Olympic athletes are doing.
Let me ask you this: you think a lot of fornicating's going on in the Olympic Winter Village? It's cold. I'm just saying, it's cold.
Vlad.
It ain't like the summer where you going out.
That's
chilling.
That is a
rhetorical
question.
What you think? Who has more act? Who gets more action? The Winter Olympics or the Summer Olympics?
It's equal.
I mean, it's cold, man.
Look, there ain't no.
I mean, that can warm you up, but I'm just saying.
It's always season.
I'm just saying. The
I know,
summer. I'm just saying, like, come on, in LA in 28, you know how crazy, man. You could go to Brentwood in 10 minutes and then go to, Beverly Hills, and then you be in Hollywood Hills, and then you're in, in the Valley.
So we did just get some good news from my friend Christina. She just said, by the way, February 19th is President's Day, so technically it is a holiday.
What's going on, February? Oh, okay.
But the Super Bowl's tomorrow, so
Yeah.
So maybe they should have moved it. Well, that's 3 weeks off, though. That's a lot. That's a lot of time. It's too much time for Sam Darnold and Drake May to get ready. Have you seen a lot of Patriots fans around town, man?
Oh yeah, yeah. Come on, man. You know, there's a lot of Bostonians out here, man. A lot of New Englanders.
All right, so let's get into the day spa where we talk about some of this Olympic action, and I'm talking about action, Vlad. Here we go. Whew. All right, I'm sure you've heard about this. The Olympic Doping Commission promises to look into ski jumpers who allegedly had penis injections to help their performance.
Time out. What is penis injection? What is that? How is that helping you with your jump?
I didn't say what type of performance. I was just saying.
How is that helping you with your jump?
I didn't say that. I said looking into their performance.
How is that helping them with their jump?
Well, it depends what type of jump you're trying to get. Look, it's real. I'm not making this up. Look it up. Penis injections, Olympic ski jumpers.
It's crazy.
We need to look into this.
No, I don't. Hell no.
Well, actually, I don't want to look into this. I'll let the doping commission look into that.
Yeah, let those dopes handle those dopes. I ain't.
Vlad, I'm trying to be Mr. Positivity today.
Hey, no, bro, stop being positive. It's just be realistic. You gotta be real like Vlad.
Okay.
Things are bad right now.
No.
There's no eternal spring.
No. We know about the Heat. We know about the Panthers.
All right then.
But what do we know about the Miami Dolphins?
They stink.
Some grades have come out. Not on their players.
The organization, the executives.
On the organization, coaching executives.
Wait, is it after the hire?
It's after Hafley. It's after John Eric Sullivan. It's after Slowick. It's after all that. So
even after Nathaniel Hackett?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the grades for Nathaniel Hackett are tremendous. Man. A+. Who doesn't want Nathaniel Hackett on their coaching staff? I mean, so take a deep breath. Get ready. We're going to look at what the national media says grade-wise the Dolphins are doing organizationally next here on Sports Day 104.3 FM, WQAM. So the Dolphins will not be in the Super Bowl this year. Tomorrow, 6:30, you get the Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots, who only won 3 games last year, turned it around. Wow, imagine what getting a good quarterback, a good coach, and a good organization can do. Although Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick don't get in on the first ballot. See what happens to Tom Brady. He'll get in. Don't worry about that.
Nah, he can't.
He can't?
No.
He can't get on the first ballot?
How is he going to get in the first ballot when the owner of the team that, and the coach are not in?
They must
Telling you
atone for their sins.
Tony Dungy and Bill Polian need to get a life.
Nonetheless. So, you know what? The Dolphins, hey, look, it is what it is, as Khalil Ware would say. It is what it is. We haven't won a playoff game, not much less going to the Super Bowl, 25 years. But we're changing things. We are becoming the Green Bay Packers of the South.
The Miami Packers?
And they're not even like hiding it. Like they're straight up like, Nathaniel Hackett, come on.
You're the South Beach Packers, bro.
So you got your new organization in order. John Eric Sullivan. Troy Aikman loves him. Troy Aikman and John Eric Sullivan love Jeff Hafley. Jeff Hafley, John Eric Sullivan, and Troy Aikman love the Green Bay Packers. So we're going to try to make it as much of a Green Bay Packers organization as we possibly can, which, you know what? I'm down for anything right at this point. So that's okay. Hey, look, get your house in order. Now, remember, Vlad, you and I listened to all the national pundits before the Dolphins season, and they all said, you guys are not going to be very good, and Tua is going to be really bad. He's going to take a step back. And I said, not you. I said, they don't know what they're talking about.
And what did I say?
They're playing armchair quarterback. They're not in with the team. They don't have their hands in the mud. I said, like, they don't know. They don't know. They're just seeing and they're just reacting to the surface stuff. And you said, nah, they probably know what they're talking about. And then I'm in Zion. I'm at Zion National Park, and I see
Zion in a vision.
I was hanging out with Zion Williamson, and it was fun. No, I was at Zion National Park on week 1. And I looked at the score, and I was like, well, let's see what the Dolphins are doing.
Oh, this is when you went to the West Coast.
It was 30-0. I was like, oh, God.
Oh, that's when you went to – that's right. You missed the first 2 weeks. You didn't know anything that was going on this past season.
I had no idea. I was driving an RV with no reception.
Right. So when you finally got into some sort of like, the real world and you
walked in the room and you go, everyone was right. We're terrible.
Man, I feel for you, Playboy.
So I didn't believe the national pundits. I said, look, they're like giving surface views. They kind of skim over everything. They think Mike McDaniel's mid. They think Tua's mid. They think Tua's going to take a step back.
They were right. They were right.
Team's going to be all right. And then you and I said, the front 7 though on defense were good. And they said, you probably shouldn't get too hyped about it.
I wasn't hyped with them.
Quiet your noise. Okay, national pundits were right. I apologize. So I'm going to have to listen to the national pundits as they grade the moves the Miami Dolphins have made.
Vlad's a local and
this
national pundit.
Off season. Sports Illustrated. Connor Orr.
Connor Orr with ORR?
Yeah, ORR. Gives Jeff Hafley hire a C.
Mid.
So the last 2 coaches suffer from my inability to separate their hires from the organization's decisions to create a vacancy in the first place. In general, organizations' decisions to hire a certain type of candidates despite where they are on the roster and standpoint. I hope those taking in small snippets of articles can broaden their attention spans enough to realize that all of these coaches are deserving, but some of them are getting shoehorned into a round hole despite 4 perfectly symmetrical corners. So basically not a good fit. I'm a little upset. Okay, no, maybe it'll get better. Fox Sports, Ralph Vacino, C.
You're mid.
Dolphins tried an offensive whiz kid. I don't know about whiz kid. Mike McDaniel.
Hey, man, that's what they call him.
And the results were okay. I'll admit they were okay. But too often appeared that the leadership was lacking in the locker room. It's why they needed to pivot to a CEO type of coach. And that fits Hafley, who has experience running a program from his 4 years as a head coach at Boston College. Unfortunately, he had a pretty mediocre run there with an overall record of 22-26. 3 winning seasons, though, by the way. 1 trip to a minor bowl. College coaches oftentimes do not translate to pro coaches. So let's get better. CBS Sports, Tyler Sullivan, C+.
Ooh, you got a plus.
I just take that away. I don't. When Miami hired former Packers vice president and player personnel John Eric Sullivan as its next general manager, the writing was on the wall that the Dolphins would keep that Green Bay pipeline flowing when hiring Jeff Hafley. We haven't learned our lesson from hiring coaches that no one else interviewed. Nope.
No.
Come on. Let me down. That worked out well. Jeff Hafley, come on. Okay. So does it get better? Yes,
No.
it does. SB Nation. Mark Schofield and James Dater. A B. Hey, that's pretty good, right? Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley has been one of the hottest names during the hiring cycle. He underwent interviews with 7 teams. Oh, wait, hold up. He was recruited. He was interviewing with other teams. Set for a second round with both the Dolphins and the Titans. Has agreed to become the next coach of the Dolphins. Set up a reunion, of course, with John Eric Sullivan. So that one's positive, right? Don't worry, though. USA Today, Christian DeAndre and Corey Woodruff, C-. I'm not going to read why they say these things. Yahoo Sports, Frank Schwab.
Fam, you haven't said anything
B.
other than C's. C-, C+, or C. So basically,
There's a B-.
That's just another
There's
C+.
a C+. No, there's a C+ to balance out that B-.
B- is a C+.
There's a B. Draft Network, Justin Mello.
Who?
Justin Mello.
From where?
The Draft Network.
Okay, never heard of it.
Roster needs a makeover.
Duh.
But the duo leading Miami into a new era is a promising pair on paper.
Okay.
That's what you want.
I mean, it's a new regime, so that's you want to hear that they're promising instead of like you just running the same thing over and over again.
Pro Football Network, Jacob Infante, a C. So, like Vlad, the thing is this. I can understand if you have an A, a C, a B, a D, like it's all over the map, and then nobody knows, but it's pretty consistent that we're getting C's and B-.
Yeah.
So am I, okay, I mean, Heat have really messed me up, especially last night. Am I to believe that this regime is going to overcome what the national pundits are saying is totally average? Yes. Right?
You're mid.
The only reason, once again, I'm going to try to give it a little bit. John Eric Sullivan is known to have an eye for talent.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm trying.
Dude, you got the 11th pick. You have it's a guy, if he's really good into, drafting.
He said, we're going to find talent where other teams don't.
Getting talent in the draft, then yeah.
We're going to find talent where other teams don't. And we're going to draft a quarterback every draft or every other draft, just like Green Bay.
Which is the smart thing to do.
And it is a totally new regime. You've gotten what you wanted if you're a Dolphins fan. You got rid of the GM. You got rid of the coach. You may be getting rid of the quarterback. It's kind of complicated
Let
there.
me put you on to something, B.
It's like leaving your old lady when you live with her.
Right now, here's the thing. When
What is the thing?
When Liam Cohen was hired, you think Jacksonville fans thought he was going to win?
They thought it was absolutely
right.
I'm sure they were they thought he was
and the
garbage.
same thing, Trevor's listening. He's on the chat. Trevor, our boy Trevor. The Eagles, the same thing with Sirianni. Now, did years later on, some of the doubts that you had about the coach, was it shown? Yeah, it was shown. But these coaches have shown that they can win as well. So we don't know what Hafley can do, right? All we know is that Buffalo's still Buffalo, New England's coming up there. So, as a Dolphin fan, you're thinking
Buffalo still Buffalo?
Buffalo still got 17.
Sean McDermott is out.
Yeah, I've been asking for his ass to be fired the last 4 years. They finally did it. If you listen to Vlad, a lot of your problems will be cut short quickly. So
I'll be honest with you, I don't think Buffalo's Buffalo anymore.
They still got 17.
They get what they deserve.
They still got 17.
I'm a strong believer in you get what you deserve.
They still got 17.
That's fine.
Yeah. So what Dolphins fans are worried about is that teams like Buffalo, New England, they're still in our division, and then you got new teams now making a run, and then you still got the old stalwarts like Kansas City, Baltimore.
I would say this.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals, they're going to be coming back. So where do you fall right now in the AFC hierarchy? You do have a third place schedule Let Sullivan do his thing. Maybe he drafts some great players in the draft, get some good picks that can immediately be impactful. But we all know, Dan, that you're nothing. You're not going to win if you don't have a guy behind center.
I understand. But I will say this. The hope and the despair. The hope is I see Buffalo falling off. They made some moves. They really haven't been all that great anyway. But I do not see the New England Patriots falling off. They seem like they have some sustainability with what they're doing.
You're third place.
We're not third place. Could be second. Could be first. Let's let John, Eric, Sullivan, and Mr. C+, Jeff Halfley cook. We got to get to this Marlins stuff, man. We got some Marlins talk that we always going to get to because we want to be on the forefront of the Marlins winning the World Series. That's next here on 104.3 FM WQAM. We need to get to the Marlins immediately. I never thought I would say this. The Marlins are here to save the day because the Heat are absolutely in the mud. Miami Dolphins wish they were in the mud, although they've hired new guys. Inter Miami's doing pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Florida Panthers?
They haven't even started yet, bro. Come on.
In the mud?
I mean, they're playing exhibition.
Ecuador.
Come on.
Barcelona. I know I said they're good. They're good.
They're good, but I'm just saying it's exhibition. If we're talking about the teams that are playing currently right now.
Glean positivity.
F the positivity.
Last night hurt me a little bit, man. I'm not going to lie. Because they did exactly what I expected the Heat to do last night, which was lose to a Boston team without their best player. Ooh. But then again, Boston's beat a lot of people without their best player. So
don't knock Mr. Brown.
Oh, that's the popular belief. Jaylen Brown's the best player. Okay,
Jaylen Brown's the best player on the team right now.
Oh, of course.
Okay,
guaranteed.
And he's playing like the best two-way player in the league right now.
Well, John Morant's hurt, so
John Morant, no two-way player. Please.
All right, let's not take away the shine from the Marlins, man. You were in the dugout yesterday. You were hanging, rubbing elbows with the big timers. So let's hear from the skip, Clayton McCullough. He says, we got to play some meaningful baseball in August and September.
Maybe while I didn't come out and say that last year, I mean, certainly that's that's the hope, right? That we get into every year, late part of September, and we are playing games that we're in the mix to make the postseason. That's what we all do this for. And just view that I will take a very similar approach this year can only look so far ahead. The further you look down the road and think what might happen, you trip yourself up in the present. So we need to continue to be very good at trying to dominate like today. And for a group of less experienced players, I give them a lot of credit for being able to, I felt like they got off the mat a lot last year. They have showed a lot of resiliency and the grit, toughness, as you mentioned, and we'll lean into those because I believe that's something that winning in the postseason also requires. You have to be tough. You have to be willing to, take shots and be able to get right back up and go respond. So our group showed a really high level of resiliency and relentlessness throughout the season.
Clayton McCullough knows about postseason play. He was one of the coaches, let's just say, for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So, hey, look, meaningful baseball in August, September, I believe. Somebody else I believe in, and a guy that's really hopefully going to help out this pitching rotation is a guy we took in the first round a couple of years ago, one Max Meyer, who was having a pretty good season, and then he had an injury, and he missed pretty much all of last season. Clayton recently said, Clayton McCullough, he is committed to Mr. Max Meyer.
Well, we view Max Meyer as a starter, that he has the pitches to do that. Unfortunately, would love to have Max just to be able to pitch last year and continue to get some major league innings under his belt. And he got off to and showed such promise there early in the season, his ability to miss bats. So he's had a great offseason as well. He's very physical right now, seems to be in a very good spot from the procedure. And so Max is still a starter for us, and that's how we'll continue to view him.
I'll tell you this, Vlad, a lot of pundits, and we heard from the pundits in the last segment, they weren't exactly high on Jeff Hafley. They are very high on this starting rotation for the Marlins. And once again, don't let me get too crazy, but you do have to kind of feel good about it. Sandy Alcantara, Yuri Perez, Jansen Junk, possibly, Max Meyer. You got a closer. You got the new closer. You got a pretty decent stable of pitching. I'm just saying, maybe.
That's a tough division, bro.
You get no breaks from the Mets, who will spend $1 billion, whether it's in the right direction or the wrong direction. You get the Braves, who we know they're a stand-up organization.
And the Phillies.
And, of course, the Phillies. They're always going to be good. But remember last year, right around 500. So Max Meyer, he did sit out pretty much all of last season. I think he got 2 starts, although the 2 starts were pretty good. He said he's got some perspective after sitting out last year.
Obviously there's a lot you can always learn every day, and you just can't, sulk going through injuries like that. You always got to be there for your teammates. You always got to be a good guy in the locker room. You can do even when you're on the shelf for a long time, you can help the team out by being with guys who are maybe down or playing games, having fun in the locker room. So yeah, it was just you have to just attack it a different way every day.
Okay, so Max Meyer talked about being a teammate and not just a great pitcher. This is his year to shine because, once again, he did come off the injury. He is a number one draft pick, not a number one overall, but he is a first-round draft pick. He's got a great changeup. He's got a great slider. This is the year for him to come off the mat and really, really respond. And yeah, he's talking about having some fun with the guys in the locker room. That's part of being a team. So I'm excited about Max Meyer. Another guy that we're excited about, we got him in the whole Luis Arias trade. Of course, we've been keeping receipts, Vlad, on some of the guys. Wusuck Go didn't work out. He was part of the Luis Arias trade. I know, Wusuck Go, we're very excited about him. He's back in Korea pitching. He did not do very well, even in the minor leagues. But one of the guys in that Luis Arias trade that came up later in the season that has a really good eye for the ball is one Jacob Marcy. Jacob Marcy talked about how maybe the book isn't out on him, but he has to continue his hot start with the team.
Yeah, I think that's why I want to get more consistent. Is just the more consistent you can be, more able to adjust pitch to pitch rather than waiting a couple at bats or a couple days. I think when you look at the best players in this game, their slumps are a lot shorter than a lot of other guys. So I think just learning from those and just trying to get more consistent at what I do, I think it's just going to help over time.
Jacob Marcy going to be a major player for this team this year. He's got some major league experience. He is looking to be a more consistent and continue to play throughout the year. Vlad, let's do it. This team last year was about 6 games below 500. Could we look at this team being maybe 3 games above 500 this coming season? Possibly. Maybe. No, once again, look, Vlad, baseball is a very fickle sport. So you get some good pitching, you get some good health, you got a shot. You have a shot. So it's good to hear from Media Day. They're having their Fan Fest today. It's a free event. You can go on out there to Lone Depot Park. It's going to be happening pretty much all afternoon. So bring the family, have some fun, and we're going to get ready for some Marlins baseball because right now we're kind of in the doldrums of the Heat and the Panthers. They have not been playing very well lately, but we're going to hang on to hope. We're hoping that the Miami Hurricanes basketball team get a big win today against Boston College up in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. That game is coming up. Pregame at 1:30. Tip is at 2 o'clock. We're going to lead you up till then. I am Dan Day along with my cousin Vladimir Louison. This is Sports Day on 104.3 FM WQAM. Getting ready for that Miami Hurricanes Boston College basketball game. This is a very much needed win for the Miami Hurricanes. It's not going to get them into the tournament, but a loss could keep them out of the NCAA tournament unless they make a run in the ACC tournament. So this is a very much needed win for the Miami Hurricanes, and we're going to have the game on for you in just a few minutes. Danny Rabinowitz and, of course, Joe Zagacki going to be calling that game. Very excited about that. Very excited to see you last night, Vlad, over at Duffy's Implantation. I'm going to request that you come back on Friday night for a multitude of reasons. Number one, it's a good time. Number two, you are my security. And oddly enough, I kind of need security, as bad as it sounds. And number three, Sabrina will be there on Friday.
The last two, I will definitely be there. I'll be your security, and I'll definitely be there for Sabrina.
Okay, so more for the latter than the former, but that's okay. Hey, look, I understand.
It's equally.
I ain't the prize pig I used to be.
It's equal. It's
okay.
equal.
Okay, well, look, if I can be on the level of Sabrina, I'm happy.
Look, I've been there 2 Fridays in a row. She hasn't been there.
That's true. She doesn't usually work Fridays, but she promised me she'll be here on Friday. It's odd that I talk. I don't know. Nonetheless, so, whoa.
Go ahead.
This Miami Heat team. So, Miami Heat, I don't know if you know this, Vlad. They're the only team
that didn't make a move during the trading deadline in the Eastern Conference.
You are correct. Your New York Knicks took my favorite player on the New Orleans Pelicans, Jose Alvarado, although he's a New York native and, he kind of fits the team really good, although he's having a really bad season.
I just wanted to leave. You have a bad season, you know.
Well, Pelicans are having a bad season. Nonetheless, Miami Heat have made nothing at the break. So now what you have to hope for, and it's pretty obvious what you have to hope for if you're a Miami Heat fan like myself, and you're trying to just glean some optimism out of this team. I mean, I know last night's loss was just made me vomit, and not because I was partying all night at Duffy's, but the loss made me vomit. Number one, first and foremost, the number one thing you have to hope for as a Heat fan, Tyler Hero, healthy, happy, playing well. I don't know if that's going to happen this year, Vlad. Let's be honest. Do you see it happening? I don't know his health. I'm not a doctor. It just seems like this year's snake bitten for Tyler Hero. He had the foot, which was weird because he had an extra bone in his foot that had to be removed.
Then he has a rib problem. It's just the fact of the matter is he's going into the final year of his contract.
And that's the thing. I told you, Vlad, he's not faking injuries because he's lowering his stock by not playing.
It's not even, he's just injured. He has injuries or he has just things that are going to be, if you're an NBA team, you're going to be very skeptical in giving him a
big contract, yeah,
an extended long contract for a good amount of money.
And it doesn't help that a few times that he's been hurt in the playoffs, they've actually gone on a run.
They've gone on a run, and here's the thing: he may look at himself a certain way, and there's certain members in the fan base that might look at him a certain way. I think the majority of the league look at Tyler Hero as just all right, he's a pretty decent scorer.
Yes.
No, but other than that, that's it.
I agree.
There's nothing more to his game.
Vlad, people ask me all the time, how about a straight up trade for Zion Williamson, Tyler Hero? I say, hell no.
No, you're giving up too much in Zion.
Hell no. And that's an indictment on Tyler Hero. I'm sorry. I would not trade Zion Williamson for Tyler. And their health is about the same. So
pretty much.
Maybe more alarming than that. We got to get this Khalil Ware situation straightened out. I'm worried. I really thought last night he was going to start. He was going to play. He was going to be all over the place. I'm starting to wonder what is going on.
It's not no wonder about, bro. They just, I don't know.
Spo doesn't like him. Is it as simple as that? I mean, it worked.
You only had 10 minutes yesterday.
Don't let me do that. Don't let me do this. It worked for Jaime Jaquez Jr. Spo put him at the end of the bench last year, and he's having a great year this year. Is Spo doing that again?
But he did that last year with Khalil. There was he
wouldn't play Khalil the first part of the season.
Right. And then there was a 6-week stretch where Khalil Ware was rookie of the year, favorite to be rookie of the year. And then all of a sudden it was taken away. This theory about him and Bam don't play well together, that's ridiculous. Because Bam's always said he wants to play the 4. He's sick of playing the 5. So now you got a 5 and you don't know how to play with a 5, which is all you've been asking for. So something's got to give with that.
I just wish I knew what was going on. So many times we know what's really going on, and this is one of the instances, Vlad, I have no clue. And I have reached out, and I have asked favors, and I don't know. I have no clue. No clue. And the only other thing is Bam Adebayo needs to continue his current level of play, if not maybe step up his level of play. He is getting some double-doubles. He is playing well. Maybe his level of play would increase if you put Khalil Ware in. One of your better players, at least in my opinion. So you need we've done this for 3 years. So everybody needs to play better. Everybody needs to get healthy. And we need to figure out the rotation. That's a recipe for Vlad. Look, hold on. I don't want to surprise you, Vlad. What is that a recipe for? Everybody needs to play better. We need to figure out the rotation. Everybody needs to get healthy. When you say all those things, what is that a recipe for? Play in? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Yeah, thank you. But don't worry, we'll make a run. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, so that's what we need for the Heat.
I feel bad for you guys, man. I really do.
I'm like I said, I'm a prisoner of the present. I'm so hurt right now.
I don't know why you hurt. You just know it's not that you're a prisoner of the present. You just didn't want to believe.
I mean, we did believe. We talked
No,
about this.
you
at the
didn't want to
beginning of the
believe
year.
in reality. You wanted to believe in fantasy land.
Well, I want to be happy.
Well,
Can I be happy for a little bit? So what's going to happen? Oh, hold up. I don't want to ruin your day if you're a Heat fan. They're going to go on like a 4-game winning streak, and then they're going to lose 5 games in a row. And then they're going to win a game, then lose 2 games. And they're going to win 3 games, and they're going to lose 2 games.
No, what's going to
Right?
happen is they'll probably win the next 3.
Of
Get
course.
you guys amped.
They'll get the Pelicans. Easy.
They get you guys amped. And then, the guys down here who love them crazy going to be like, we're going to make a run. And then it's not going to happen.
Okay.
It's not.
I can believe that.
Can you believe that?
I believe it. I believe it right now. I'm just okay. So let's get some quick headlines because we do have to get to this Miami Hurricanes game, which is once again we've said is a not must win, but a really unique.
That's close to the must win because, dude, I mean, I'm looking at their schedule, bro.
It's rough.
You better get the wins that you can because now they're going against a tier 1.
North Carolina, NC State are the next 2 after this.
So they play Carolina at home, right? On Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe.
And
then they get NC State next Saturday.
On the road. Yep. You get UNC Tuesday, 7:00. Then you get NC State Saturday at 4:00. That's up in Raleigh.
Damn, bro.
So, once again, this game against Boston College,
And
a
then
win doesn't get you into the tournament, but a loss kind of knocks you out of the tournament
And then
unless you make a run.
Damn it. I didn't realize this. Dude, the year's gone by so quick. There's only like 8 games left in the season.
So you get North Carolina, NC State, Virginia Tech,
Virginia on the road in Charlottesville.
Florida State, I would say, is a given, but it's not
No,
because
it's
we already
not.
lost to them.
Rivalry game.
Boston College.
Boston College.
See how that
games
goes
here.
today.
At SMU, not an
SMU's
easy
good.
game.
Yeah, they're good.
And then Louisville finishes the year. You finish the year at home against
home.
Louisville,
And
a ranked Louisville team.
Yep, they're a good team too.
So hold on there. So there's including today is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 games, 3 against ranked teams, and 5 of them on the road.
Yeah.
And SMU's a tough team. Yeah.
No, SMU's good.
They got to finish 7-2.
You really need to win. I mean, hey, I don't want to beleaguer the point, but you really need to win.
You got to finish 7-2. The only beating Carolina at home would be big.
Winning against Boston College, then beating North Carolina at home would be big. Once again, you have to preface it. There's the appetizer.
You could lose at SMU, maybe.
You could lose at NC State if you want,
maybe,
or Virginia.
or at Virginia.
but you got to win the rest of them.
You got to win against Carolina, and you got to get a road game. You got to win a road game. You got to win a road game either at NC State or at SMU.
So
and
we'll do this.
you got to win the home games against Carolina and Louisville.
You got to win the games you're supposed to win, and then you have to upset somebody. So you got to beat Boston College. You got to beat Virginia Tech. You have to beat Florida State. You got to beat Boston College again. And then you have to upset NC State, North Carolina, SMU, or Louisville, and maybe Virginia. One of those teams you have to.
How about this? You win the 2 games you at home against the ranked teams, and got to win one against NC State, Virginia, or SMU.
Well, then, yeah, you're definitely in.
I don't know if you're definitely in, but you also got to win.
Then you got to win a game of the.
You also got to win the ACC tournament to solidify your resume.
Win one game of the ACC tournament.
Maybe two. Maybe two. You like to be there when they're playing 4 games instead of like the what they call those games when everybody's the bye games. You want to get a bye. You want to be in a bye.
So let's worry about today. 2:00, Boston College. Let's take care of business right there. They're not the greatest team in the world. They're 9-13. They're kind of in the bottom of the standings of the ACC. They're 2-7 in the ACC. Let's just go ahead and get that win, man. They've lost 3 in a row. Sets you up to, get a little win. You're tied with North Carolina for 5th in the ACC at the midway point. And then you get NC State, who's ahead of you. Yeah, you're okay. You get Virginia. Your destiny is in your hands if you are Jay Lucas and the Miami Hurricanes. That's the way you can look at it right there. Tied for 5th. Dan Marino, he says the Dolphins need to have competition at the quarterback position.
Somebody mentioned something in the chat. That's true. Football is about competition, but there is certain things you like to know that I got this guy.
You're right.
Like the Kansas City Chiefs are never going to a season thinking, no, they got a competition because they know they got 15. Once you got that quarterback position settled, everything is a little easy to put around. I say that in theory. It's not with whatever salary cap or whatever restrictions that you have. But once you do have that quarterback, it's kind of easy to put everything into place to support him.
Yes. It is much easier to figure out your team once you have the quarterback situation figured out. We thought we did. We paid him $50 million a year, so we thought that was kind of figured out, but apparently not so much. There shouldn't be a competition. You're right. The best teams don't have quarterback competition. They straight up just have a quarterback, and there's no questions. We shall see. The Heat had a 21-point lead last night. It wasn't enough. They fell to the Celtics 98-96. They play the Wizards tomorrow at 2, a little matinee before the Super Bowl. Oh, speaking of the Super Bowl, we have to give our Super Bowl picks. I've already given you mine. I got Seattle winning because they've got a great defense and because they are the best team in the best division, best conference, best overall in the NFL. And they're familiar with the stadium in San Francisco because they play there every single year. They're on the West Coast. Lines up for them to be the team that should win. I'm not saying they're covering. I'm just saying I think they're going to win.
Seahawks?
Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
That's my pick.
I concur.
Okay, good. I think things out. Like, I'm not just picking them. And also, okay, I'll be honest too.
However,
one more reason why I'm picking them is because I want to cheer for them. I don't want the Patriots to win. And if I pick the Patriots, then I start cheering for them because I want to be right. I want to be right and win. So I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks.
The game could be interesting.
I think it will be.
If Sam throws them an interception or gives them a turnover. But if not, I'm not okay. I'm just waiting for Bad Bunny and then I'm done.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited about that. Whew.
And I'm not even into halftime performances like that.
I am,
but
though, man. Oh,
I just like the fact that everybody was just making a big stink about it. And it's like, all right, well.
So my whole thing is this. I plan out my Super Bowls. Hopefully most people do. I'm going to get to the spot about, the kickoff is at 6:30. I'm going to get to the spot about 5:30 because I like the pregame performances and I like all the, showing the city and the fanfare. And then you get to the game, then, you can't get up during the commercials because you got to watch the commercials. And then halftime, I love halftime. Then, we'll see how the rest of the game goes. And I even like the post-game analysis and stuff and the celebration. Like, literally, I'm kind of locked in from 5:30 to about midnight tomorrow. I'm not going to lie.
All right. I'll watch basketball early on the after day. I'm not watching all of that. NBC's in a weird predicament. They got the Olympics.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So they have to preempt.
So are they preempting
they
some?
Have to.
No. Are they moving it to
Peacock?
You got to get Peacock. You got to get USA. You got to get one of the NBC Peacock channels and or affiliated channels.
Is there anybody watching like bobsledding instead of the Super Bowl?
I watched the luge today.
Okay, I'm talking about instead of the Super Bowl. Like,
Oh, nobody's
you're gonna watch the two-man luge instead
Nobody's
of watching
watching
the kickoff
that,
of the
bro.
Super Bowl.
Nobody's watching that. However,
Do you watch the two-man luge though?
No, I'm not watching
That's
the
pretty
two-man
weird.
luge.
That's weird. Why do they do
it
that?
just sounds nasty.
It's just weird, man.
It just sounds
And they
weird.
strap themselves. Oh,
Yeah.
too much. Too much.
In 2 holes, yeah, it's
Too
crazy,
much.
man.
Too
It's
much.
crazy. It's crazy.
Too much.
It's
Go
crazy.
ahead. But once again, I'm not part of the Olympic Committee. Some of these sports at the Olympics, I mean, it's cool. I'm not going to go off.
I'm
on
not a
tangent.
winter guy.
Oh, I mean, I love both Olympics.
I like the
I'll sit
summer.
there.
I'm not in the winter. I'm not figure eight. I'm not into the ice skating.
Ice
bro.
skating.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Unless you
You
hitting
remember
them,
Tanya Harding?
that's cool. That was violence.
They
There
made
was violence and soap opera stuff in
competitive
there.
figure skating like professional hockey.
That was like wrestling. It was great. It was great script, My
Tanya-
knee.
Tanya Harding.
No, my knee.
Nancy Kerrigan.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
That's why you should watch the Winter Olympics.
But that was then. That was jealousy and animosity. Now they're gonna,
Well, I could call it something else, but go ahead.
Oh, white trash.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say trashy.
Oh, it was.
She's from Oregon too. That's what's weird about it.
I mean, I'm just saying, but that was different. I don't even know who's skiing, or who's skating right now.
Michaela Schiffer,
I guess. I'm not. Listen, like I said,
Lindsey
I'm not.
Vaughn.
That's skiing. I know Lindsay. She's been to the cookouts.
That's true. She was in love with Tiger Woods
And PK Subban.
And really?
Yes, I know, right? Two different.
So she's got a type.
She's definitely got a type, but
Hey, like what you like.
she got an athletic African American type, but two different spectrums, bro. Right? You don't go to PK. You don't go from Tiger to PK.
Yeah, but they both play in sports that.
No, dude, it's just, I think one guy you're going to like corporate events and everything. The other guy, PK's PK, man.
I'm just saying though, the sports they play are a little out of character.
One is a tough guy. One was a tough guy and a menace.
Was he a goalie?
No, he was a defenseman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
PK. And the other guy is just maybe the greatest golfer to ever live. If you're not from Ohio.
Debatable.
If you're not from Ohio.
He would have been the greatest golfer that ever lived.
Some people still may
undebatable.
Some people
Undebatable.
may still consider him that.
Oh no, I'm not saying he's not. He might be. But Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus.
No, I mean, Jack Nicklaus, he got what?
I mean,
18?
Homeboy now is killing it too. Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, Sheffy's good. But they all pale in comparison to the Tiger run.
That's true. Nobody had the mania that Tiger had. And the thing is, if Tiger put it together for like 1 week and won one more major,
it's the biggest story in the
everyone
world.
would go crazy. I would go crazy. And
dude, when he won his, what was it, the 15th, the Masters?
I was so happy.
Let me tell you how good. Let me tell you how excited I was.
Wait.
Moved it up. They moved up the Sunday final round tee times because they were worried about the weather and rain delaying the game. I mean, delaying the final round. My dumb ass woke up at 9 o'clock in the morning to watch him from the first hole to the 18th. So yeah, that's the power of Tiger. But
okay, so we can go on.
So
we can go on the record.
hopefully, Lindsay being around Tiger and PK, she knows how to march through injury.
Yes,
the knee injury.
Champion on, as they say.
Champion on.
I was going to say,
was she there when Tiger broke his leg and
oh man, I mean, like,
and won the U.S. Open? Might have been after.
She was steadfast with him through. Let's just say
thick
and thin.
During
there was some thick and thin.
When he was a sexaholic.
Yes.
Is there anything wrong with being a sexaholic?
So we're willing to go on this and say, in the grand scheme of things, Tiger Woods is probably, considering everything to consider, the greatest golfer of all time.
Of all time.
Yes. And then you got to consider, popularity and the way it exposed the sport. So, I use expose very, 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 very loosely. But okay. So what we do need to worry about, though, is the Miami Hurricanes. They've got a game coming up in just a few minutes. Boston College. This is one of those games, like I said, doesn't make you into the tournament, but it can keep you out of the tournament. It could be a very bad loss. Jay Lucas and the guys, though, they have handled their business for the most part this year. Now, they've had a couple of fall setbacks in the past couple of weeks, but that's season play in the conference that you're in. You're going to get that every once in a while. So Danny Rabinowitz and Joe Zagacki going to have the call for you in just a few minutes. We are going to be off tomorrow, Vlad. We have Super Bowl obligations to take care of, aka me going to Total Wine and buying a keg of Dos Equis.
Hey, did you get that Leroy invitation?
I did not.
Okay. Neither did I.
Thank you. Okay. I was like, thank you.
No. Neither did I. We were told we were going to get one, but, we never did.
There's another invitation at the radio station that I need to get on, but we're going to talk about that on another date. There's a wedding apparently happening here at the radio station.
Oh, yeah.
Not me or Vlad. Not Vlad and I. No. Neither of us are getting married.
Come on now.
Unless there's a tax shelter or something needed. Nonetheless. Look, I'm all for you. Okay, so you know what? We're going to do this.
Yeah, good.
Enough
Let's
is enough.
go.
Enough is enough. Joe Zagacki, Danny Rabinowitz, Miami Hurricanes, Boston College. It's next. For Vladimir, I am Dan Day. This has been Sports Day on 104.3 FM, WQAM.
Later, fools.